Hey everyone, welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master. Devil May Cry Season 2 is finally on the way, and if you're jumping in or just need a quick refresher before the new episodes drop, I've got you covered with a full Season 1 recap. We're talking demons, family drama, epic sword fights, and a whole lot of chaos between Earth and Hell. Let's jump right in and catch you up on everything that went down. The White Rabbit strikes. The story begins with one of the craziest openings imaginable as a mysterious demonic terrorist known as the White Rabbit attacks the Vatican museums. Right away, the show establishes how dangerous this guy really is. He steals the legendary sword Force Edge, the weapon once wielded by the demon Sparta himself. Now, if you know Devil May Cry lore, then you already understand why this matters so much. Sparta wasn't just another demon. He was the legendary warrior who betrayed demonkind, sealed off hell from Earth, and basically became a mythic figure. So the moment the White Rabbit steals Force Edge, the barrier between worlds is in danger. Darkcom's trap and the rabbit's ambush. But the terrifying part is that the rabbit doesn't just steal the sword and leave. He massacres his own hired men and announces that he plans to destroy the barrier between hell and earth completely. This instantly puts the entire world on edge, and that's when we're introduced to Darkcom, the shady interdimensional security organization secretly backed by Vice President William Baines. These guys are basically the government's demon hunting task force, and they immediately realize the White Rabbit is searching for somebody very specific, Dante. Now, this version of Dante is honestly one of the most entertaining parts of the series. He's cocky, sarcastic, reckless, and completely unconcerned about the chaos happening around him. But beneath all the jokes, there's also a lot of pain hidden inside him. At this point in the story, Dante still doesn't fully accept who he is. Even though he has supernatural strength and healing abilities, he keeps insisting that he's just a mutant human instead of admitting his demonic heritage. Meanwhile, the White Rabbit sends demons after Dante in an attempt to steal half of Sparta's magical amulet. One of the coolest early fights involves the demon Plasma, a shapeshifter capable of taking multiple forms, including Dante's dead twin brother Virgil. And the second Virgil appears, even as an illusion, you can immediately feel Dante's emotional walls start cracking. The trauma of losing his family is still haunting him every second of his life. At the same time, Darkcom starts hunting Dante too. Baines hires mercenaries and sends an elite team led by Lieutenant Mary Ann Arkham. And yes, this is basically the series version of Lady. Right from the beginning, Mary absolutely hates demons because of her traumatic childhood. And honestly, her introduction tells you everything you need to know about her personality. The second she realizes one of the mercenaries is secretly a demon, she shoots him without hesitation. Tragic origins revealed. When Mary finally confronts Dante, their chemistry immediately becomes one of the highlights of the season. Their relationship constantly swings between hostility, sarcasm, distrust, and reluctant teamwork. During their fight, Mary starts realizing Dante isn't normal. The way he heals and fights makes it obvious he's part demon, even though Dante refuses to admit it. Mary steals the amulet from him and basically destroys his worldview by telling him the truth about his identity. And then the show starts diving into Mary's past, which honestly explains why she became so ruthless. As a child, she survived a demon attack with her parents, but nobody believed her father when he tried warning people about demons. Over time, her father became obsessed with proving demons existed, and eventually, he experimented on himself and transformed into one. The tragedy is horrifying because Mary ends up watching her own father kill her mother before burning to death in the fire. So from her perspective, demons are nothing but monsters that destroy families. But the series slowly starts challenging that black and white mindset, and that's where the White Rabbit becomes way more interesting than just a typical villain. At first, he seems completely insane, just another terrorist trying to cause the apocalypse. But the more we learn about him, the more tragic his story becomes. crimes. We eventually discover that he was once an orphaned human boy who escaped into hell through a mysterious portal while reading Alice in Wonderland. Believing he had found Wonderland, he instead discovered Makai, the demon world, and what he saw there completely changed him forever. Instead of finding evil monsters, the rabbit met lower-class demons who were suffering horribly. Hell wasn't some glorious kingdom. It was basically a dying wasteland filled with poverty, environmental destruction, and desperation. Over time, the rabbit became attached to these demons and started trying to help them survive. He even developed portal technology to secretly transport demon refugees to Earth. And honestly, this revelation completely flips the entire story upside down, because suddenly, the demons are no longer just mindless villains. Many of them are refugees trying to escape suffering. The real tragedy is that DARKCOM eventually discovered the operation and slaughtered countless demon refugees, believing they were protecting humanity. That massacre is what truly broke the White Rabbit psychologically and transformed him into the monster we see in the present timeline. This is also where Mary's character development becomes really important. After surviving a massacre caused by the rabbit's forces, she encounters an innocent demon family hiding inside an apartment building. At first, she's ready to kill them instantly, but when they explain they're refugees fleeing hell, Mary hesitates for the first time in her life. That moment changes her perspective forever because she realizes not every demon is evil. Meanwhile, Dante's own journey starts becoming darker too. After being captured by the White Rabbit, Dante is forced to confront the truth about his father Sparta and his own demonic side. The rabbit constantly mocks Sparta for betraying demonkind and abandoning hell to suffer. From the rabbit's perspective, Sparta became a traitor who doomed millions of demons just to save humanity. And honestly, the show does a really good job making both sides understandable. Humanity fears demons because demons kill people, but demons also see humans as oppressors who trapped them inside a dying world. Neither side is completely innocent anymore. Then we get one of the biggest turning points of the season when Dante finally unlocks his true demon form. After years of denial and emotional repression, he finally accepts what he is. The transformation scene is absolutely incredible as Dante grows wings and unleashes his full power for the first time. And once this happens, the action escalates to another level entirely. At this point, Mary and Dante finally start trusting each other. Mary admits she was wrong about demons being purely evil, while Dante accepts that his demonic blood doesn't define him as a monster. Their partnership becomes the emotional core of the second half of the season. But the White Rabbit still has one final piece missing from his plan: Dante's blood. Because only the bloodline of Sparta can fully unlock the Sword of Sparta and destroy the barrier between realms. And this leads into the massive finale. The final showdown. Before the final battle, we get another huge reveal involving Virgil. Throughout the season, hints about Dante's brother keep appearing, but now we finally learn he's actually alive. A mysterious horned demon gives the White Rabbit a vial of Virgil's blood, proving that Virgil survived somehow and has been connected to these events from the shadows. The final confrontation is absolutely brutal. The White Rabbit mutates himself using demon blood and force edge, turning into a horrifying monster. During the chaos, Enzo actually dies trying to help Dante, and honestly, his death hits surprisingly hard because he became one of the few genuinely human and sympathetic characters in the series. Then, the rabbit finally completes his plan. He combines the amulet with Force Edge, creates the legendary Sword of Sparta, and destroys the barrier between hell and earth. Suddenly, demons begin invading the planet everywhere, and for a moment, it genuinely feels like humanity is finished. But this is where Dante fully becomes the legendary demon hunter we know. Instead of rejecting either side of himself, he embraces both his human heart and his demon power. With Mary's help, Dante destroys the White Rabbit's artificial heart, weakens him, and kills him using the Sword of Sparta itself. Then he restores the barrier and stops the invasion. You'd think this would be the happy ending, but the show immediately reminds us that the real danger might actually be humanity itself. Even after seeing innocent demon refugees, Bane still decides to wage war against Hell. He views the conflict as a holy crusade, and by the finale, he's already preparing humanity's invasion of the demon world using the Rabbit's portal technology. So even though the White Rabbit is dead, his warning about an even bigger war coming might actually have been true. And then comes the post-credit reveal that changes everything. The mysterious horned demon attacks a detention facility run by the Ouroboros Corporation and frees imprisoned demons in the name of Mundus, the ruler of Hell. But the real shock is when the demon reveals himself to be Virgil. That twist completely changes the future of the series, because now Dante's brother is finally entering the story properly. And if you know Devil May Cry lore, then you already know Virgil's arrival usually means absolute disaster. Unlike Dante, Virgil often embraces demonic power instead of balancing humanity and demonhood. So Season 2 is probably heading toward an emotional and ideological war between the twins. And honestly, that's what makes this adaptation so exciting. It's not just copying the games scene for scene. The show is building its own version of the mythology while still keeping the core themes intact. Dante's struggle with identity, Mary's hatred of demons, Virgil's looming presence, and the cycle of violence between humans and demons all feel emotionally grounded instead of just existing for cool action scenes. By the end of Season 1, the world of Devil May Cry is basically standing on the edge of total war. Humans are preparing to invade Hell. Demons are preparing to retaliate. Virgil has finally returned, and Dante is caught right in the middle of everything. So if this first season was only the beginning, then things are about to get absolutely insane moving forward.
I am that storm.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.